Hey, good morning, everyone. I apologize for that. My iPhone was acting up. I don't know what's going on. To be honest with you, I can't even stand that phone sometimes. But like I was saying, as far as domestic violence, I think that it's unhealthy. I think that people should talk things out instead of disrespecting one another and it leading to physical abuse and verbal abuse, and nobody's forced and obligated to be in a relationship that they just don't want to be in. You can't make somebody love you, or you can't buy love either. You have to be able to earn that, and you have to be able to maintain it. And a lot of people, instead of them, admitting their wrongs and trying to make things right the way it should be, especially if you have kids and stuff like that, you gotta play your part. You know what I'm saying? You can't let things get out of hand. You can't be letting everybody know your business. You have to respect one another. There's a respect level as an adult. You know, these men nowadays, they want to act like they're a woman's father, and women want to act like they're a man's mother. And it gets out of hand. I'm sure that we've all been with somebody that our family didn't accept, didn't like, got a bad vibe from them. But that's because, it's always like that in the beginning. A person has to earn that respect. You know, no, your family's not gonna respect the person you with because you with them. That person has to earn respect for themselves. And like I always tell women, I tell them, if a man can't respect his own mother, then imagine the respect he's gonna have for you. So you have to pay close attention to that. And two people are supposed to be independent. Like you need that space. You can't be together 24/7 every day, all day, because a relationship like that is not going to work. It definitely will not work. You have to put the bits and pieces together. You have to be able to talk about your likes and dislikes. That's why you always got to start off as friends. You can't just jump into something that you don't know what you're getting yourself involved in. Erica, for space is important. It definitely is important. Like I said, me personally, I haven't been involved in a while, and I got my own stuff together. Like I have my own place, you know, I have things going on for myself, and I try to keep my head above water, and I stay away from all that drama. Like I'm a homebound person. I go out, I take care of my business. Like I volunteer for the homeless shelters. Sometimes I do a youth mentor where I go to community centers and I talk to kids that need somebody to talk to and somebody to look up to, or I just go out there and I get myself involved in important things. People call me from all over the place because I've always been a very loyal person. They need somebody to talk to, somebody trustworthy, somebody that they don't have to worry about their business and stuff being spread out there. They call me and I listen. I've always been a very good listener. Like I'm easy to talk to. The thing is that people may turn to you and need somebody to talk to, but they don't want to hear your opinion. And when somebody's in a bad situation, in a bad relationship, and you tell them what you think they should do, instead sometimes they do the opposite. So you get tired of repeating yourself. It's like when I was young, and I would date at that age. And my mom used to tell me you gotta be careful, you gotta get to know a person, you continue to, you know, meet these females that are no good, and at the same time, look at what ends up happening. Like get your own stuff together first. And she was right, you know what I'm saying, when I was young, and I learned from it a lot. Media Hobbits, thank you, and Erica for the junior coverage. She touched me to my core and my spirit like if he was on my own family. But we definitely appreciate you a lot. You know, But as far as domestic violence, you shouldn't be involved in an unhealthy relationship. Men go through it too. Like I said, there's women that are jealous, controlling. You know, there's women that know you have kids with other men and don't even want to be involved in that or want to be too much involved in that. Like I have kids of my own and I don't have that baby mama drama stuff like that. That just looks horrible. It just looks horrible. My opinion, if if you having baby mama drama, and it's not going anywhere, then just go to court. You know what I'm saying? Go to court, get visitation, keep those things separate. Like you can't have your present girl be friends with the mother of your kids, like only to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Because eventually it gets out of line. Like, you don't need the person you with now knowing all your business from the past. You just move on with your life. Like nobody's in control of their lives but you. Always take control of your life. You're involved with somebody and it's not working out, just let them know. Listen, I don't want to be involved in this relationship. This is too much for me. Like, just let it be known. But abuse should never happen. I see women beat up, all marked up. They, they're lied to. They're definitely lied to. I remember I had a family member that came to stay with me one time, and he hit his girlfriend, and I happened to walk into it, and when I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Nothing, nothing, Jay. Everything is okay." And I'm like, "He just hit you," and she's like, "No, he didn't hit me." I was like, "Listen, this shit ain't gonna happen here. Like, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Like, a lot of women protect these men that are abusing. Like, why would you protect somebody that's abusing you? Because you have kids with them, you've been in a long-term relationship with them. Like, Ruby, good morning, Jay, and everyone. Good morning, Ruby. Good morning, Eva. It's just not gonna work. If you can't get across something and they're constantly, you know, every word out their mouth is screaming and yelling, you can't understand each other. Like literally, I can't understand somebody that's always screaming and yelling. That shit is unattractive to me. People need to get their stuff together. They need to get their life together and in order. Instead, if you know that you're in a bad position, why would you get yourself involved? Like, get yourself together, get your life together, and then, you know, get yourself involved. But get to know a person too. Like, if you see how disrespectful a person is that you're involved in and they don't know how to sit down and talk and compromise, then imagine how they're going to treat you. When you're in a relationship, you got to go out, you got to date, you know what I'm saying? You got to find things to do. And like Erica said, you need space. Space is important because you get tired of a person easily. People get tired of each other nowadays. Some women are afraid to leave because the man may have threatened to kill her if she leaves. Psychological abuse, so many reasons women say. Media, you are absolutely right about that because I've also heard that. You know, what I just don't understand. The majority of another man, and that's just a coward move. Why would you threaten a woman to kill her because she don't want to be with you? Like, do you understand that we live in a world full of billions of people? If I was involved with somebody that didn't want to be with me, shit, I'm leaving. I'm not staying. I've never been in a relationship. I've never put my hands on anybody. Like, I never put my hands on ever hit one of my sisters or put his hands on my daughter, there's gonna be problems. I do not play that. You know, that's one thing my mom always told me, and she loved about me. The fact that I came out like my dad. Never been the abuser type. My dad never abused my mom. My mom did go through abuse, but it didn't come from my dad. And I had to grow up and watch that stuff. I remember when my mom used to, have to get us dressed at 2, 3 in the morning to leave the house. And we didn't have where to go. Like I slept in the park with my mom. I slept in the roof with my mom. I slept in shelters with her. I had to watch her like struggle and suffer and do things in life. It was not easy. It was really painful, traumatizing. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Kabuki, there's absolutely never ever any excuse or reason to abuse a woman, wife or girlfriend, physically, mentally, or emotionally. You're absolutely right about that. You can't be with somebody. The best thing for you to do is just to go to your own separate ways. Threatening each other about hurting somebody if they decide to leave. Like there's help out there. There's hotlines. There's domestic violence shelters. There's places that you can turn to. Don't wait till it gets really bad, like really bad. And then you end up on something that you're gonna regret in the long run. Sometimes you just can't get along. It happens. Good morning, Jacqueline. Like I said, I had to see my own mom go through it. Boo Brown, good morning, Jay. Good morning, Boo Brown. I had to see my mom go through it. And I really couldn't understand what was going on until I got older. They were controlling and how they would mistreat her and put her down. I'm new on here. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Jacqueline. You know, I had to see her go through it. And it's bad when people that are good and don't deserve these things, shouldn't have to go through that. A lot of people are meeting on dating sites. Like you got to be careful when you meet people on dating sites. You got to be very careful. Like there was a man recently that killed a few women from meeting them on a dating site. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it myself. But because people don't know how to go out there anymore and meet somebody and, sit down and talk. Sometimes you don't have enough time and you rather just turn to social media dating site and get to know a person. Like there was somebody that I knew that met somebody on Facebook. It was a lady that I knew, and she met a guy, and she was with him for like 6, 7 months, and she said everything was good until it started getting rocky. And one day she woke, her TV was gone, her kid's iPad was gone, money was missing, and I was like, "Where did you meet him?" And she said, "Facebook." And I'm like, "Facebook? Like, the hell's going on? Like, people can't go out there anymore and meet somebody in person. Like, you really gotta go through social media to meet somebody. Like, that's just ridiculous. You don't know if you're meeting a psychotic person or a crazy person. That's why you gotta get to know the person, or abusive, manipulating person. Like, people have to have their stuff together. No one should have to take care of one another. You should be able to take care of yourself. But social media is not the way. It's definitely not the way. Especially when we're telling you are worth this and then more physical abuse. Exactly. It starts verbally and it works itself up to physically and then end up dead. You guys know how many women have been killed from being in abusive relationships. And men go through it too. Don't get me wrong. There's men that get abused too. But men have a lot of pride. Like a lot of men won't admit that they're being abused and mistreated by their women because of their pride. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, somebody tried that on me one time. And I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. She's crazy. I didn't realize that after a few years later. Because you try to ignore it. When you're with somebody, you understand that they're upset. But all that controlling and all that calling and texting every 5 minutes and where you at and where you going and who you with, like that just, someone is pointing fingers at you, there's always fall back at them. Literally. When somebody's always accusing you, it's because they got hidden skeletons of their own. Just be true to yourself, honest to yourself. Don't be out there trying to, impress the wrong people and end up with the wrong reaction. It's just not gonna happen. Two people every single day, like, and just rush into things, and then you don't know how to get out of it. That's just my opinion. But there's levels to respect, which is talking things out, giving a person space, appreciating a person, valuing them, talking to them, learning their likes and dislikes, not mistreating them, putting your hands on them, verbally abusing them, physically abusing them. Like, if you feel like you're gonna get to that point, then you need to get help. There's nothing wrong with getting help. A lot of people use that excuse that they grew up around domestic violence, and that's why they act the way they act, and that's the reason why they put their hands on a woman or put their hands on a man. Like, I was raised around domestic violence. I never ever in my life put my hands on a woman. Never, never. That's just an excuse. I seen Chris Brown use that excuse when he beat on Rihanna. He didn't have no reason to beat on Rihanna because she probably didn't want to be with his ass, or she caught him cheating. Like, it's no excuse. I grew up around it, and I've never done it to somebody. So just if you grow up around stuff, then you should know better. You should know, not if you see somebody hurting and suffering and going through abuse. I didn't have a father growing up. I didn't have a mother growing up. You know, all this nonsense. Like, my dad used to use drugs when he was young. My mom never smoked, never drunk, never did anything. My mom is still amazing to this day, and I love her to death because she's strong and she made it out. It just didn't work. Sometimes it got out of hand, but still, she got herself out of that situation. To understand that they didn't have a father growing up. They didn't have that father figure to teach them, right from wrong. So sometimes women turn for love to a man. They feel like they want that protector, someone that's gonna love them, and it turns out to be the opposite. So that's why you gotta be careful when you get yourself involved with, because you don't understand their mindset. You don't know their way of thinking. You don't know their way of feeling. And sometimes it ends up dead. So you gotta get help. You definitely gotta get help, and you gotta admit it to yourself that you do need that help, or it's just gonna get out of hand. You have to be able to talk to one another. But I just wanted to speak on that and voice my opinion, and I really appreciate everybody being on here and speaking their mind. It's very appreciative, and just be safe out there. Be careful who you meet. Be careful with social media. Be careful with people in general, and have your stuff together. If you're not in a good space, if you're not mentally prepared, don't force yourself. Don't look for love from other people. Turn to God for that. If you want somebody to love you unconditionally, turn to God, and God is going to lead you in the right direction. Social media is not. Meeting people on Facebook is not. Like, you got to be very careful. There's a lot of crazy people out here in this world. And a lot of them turn to social media to meet people. Like, I always hear that. They're like, oh my God, he's crazy, or she's crazy. And you be like, where did you meet? In Facebook. And I'm like, you expected to meet a perfect person through social media? Because you gotta be kidding me. If I can't see your ass in person, I'm good. Like, I'm old fashioned. I'm old fashioned. I don't have to turn to no social media to meet somebody. I really can't stand social media. Like, I have Facebook myself. I barely be on it. I have Instagram also. I'll post and that's about it. But getting to know somebody through there, it's just not gonna happen. I can't see myself doing that. Not healthy. I've been in two abusive relationships. I've been single for a while. I'm still working on myself. And that's a good thing, Eva, because that's exactly how it should be. People gotta love themselves. Stop turning to other people for love and for that respect. Like just love yourself, respect yourself. I feel like once you love yourself and respect yourself and you put your foot down and you keep your guards up, whoever it is that you're trying to get to know senses that you're not that person that's gonna tolerate abuse or disrespect from anybody whatsoever. And if you're not happy with somebody, just keep it moving. All that threatening and all that stuff, that shit needs to stop. Literally. It just needs to stop. Hold on, Jehovah Witness at my door. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I was Jehovah Witness. You know, they always come, around the community and stuff like that. I really do appreciate them a lot. And God works in mysterious ways. I was all over the damn place trying to put people's lives. But, a lot of relationships don't go for looks either. Like looks don't mean anything. You shouldn't be with somebody because of the way they look. You should be with somebody because of the way they treat you and the respect that they have for you. But I know a lot of you have been in unhealthy relationships and may have been in abusive ones, and maybe didn't know how to get out of it. And sometimes people think that that's just a way of another person showing that they love and care about a person. Just that's not how it should be. I'll tell you that much. If you have to go through so much just to show how much you love somebody, then you shouldn't be with them at all. So accept yourself, love yourself, put yourself first, and don't let nobody bring you down. You know, I understand that people do feel insecure about themselves, but God made you in His own image. The same way you look is the same way He made you, and if a person can't accept you for who you are, then you shouldn't be with them. But you're not forced and obligated to be in an abusive relationship. And somebody calling you out of your name, like men have to stop doing it, and women too. Women have to stop digging into the past. I've heard it all. Trust me, I've heard it all. The things that women bring up, they always want to know about your baby mama. They want to know about your ex. Like when you get to know somebody, you don't really got to discuss on your past relationship. It's not important. Sometimes you want to know, okay, why did it end? You make it short and simple. It just didn't work out. But you don't want to get into details because you're not only talking about yourself, but you're talking about somebody else that's irrelevant to the relationship. And a lot of it is sometimes a lie. Like you'll meet somebody and you'll ask them what happened to their last relationship, and they'll say, "Oh, it just didn't work out." When in reality, they were the abuser and the manipulator. So you have to be cautious. or that meeting people on Facebook. There's a lot of crazy people on there, or POF, or uh, meetsomething.com, and it's just crazy. I just be looking at people and I be like, I can't believe y'all really gotta go on social media to meet somebody. Unbelievable. I gotta be able to see your ass. I'm sorry. I gotta be able to see you, get to know you, both sides of you, not just one side, both sides of you. And the minute I sense that something ain't right or you just too crazy for me, I'm good. I keep it moving. Just got an honesty. Be honest. Like, just be honest with yourself, man, because everything in the dark always comes out to the light. Just be honest. Like, I feel like a woman is gonna respect you more when you just honest, man. If you got 10 kids, tell them you got 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in a in the right situation, if you're not stable, if you're not independent, if you don't have a job, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't lie. You know what I'm saying? You really live with your mother or whoever you live with. Just be real. Be real about yourself. Because a lot of women, yeah, a lot of women are, I could say a lot of women are honest. Like, you women, you just let it be known. Like, but I don't know what's up with men nowadays. You don't need a sweet talk to a woman, and everything ain't about sex. Everything in a relationship ain't about sex. You know, if you're in a relationship and one day you don't want to be intimate with the person, they gotta respect that shit. Seriously, like, what's the whole point, man? Like, if she's telling your ass no, go take a cold shower or something. Don't force her to do something she don't want to do. Like, cause no is no. It's like rape. I'm saying a woman telling you she don't want your ass, leave her alone. You know, we could go on and on about this topic. Seriously, I'm 100% against it, and I hope I never get a call from one of my sisters or my daughter about some man mistreating her. And women need to stop covering up for these men. If a man puts his hands on you, let it be known. Just let it be known. Like, let somebody know, like, yo, this man just put his hands on me. Don't protect him. Don't ignore it. Like, I had a family member going through that. Like, she just stood in the relationship for like 4 years. She was with the guy. She had a kid with him. He was abusive, manipulative, deceiving, a million and one things. They broke up for a few years. Then they got back together, pregnant, broke again, and now, now she's raising 2 kids by herself. So it's like, kids aren't asked to be born into this world. And kids, somebody learn to respect because they watch it. They watching everything you're doing. And you're supposed to be their role model. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are gonna do what they see that's going on around them. Just don't do certain shit around them. And you don't gotta worry about them following your footsteps. But all that abuse stuff, that shit's gotta stop. A woman's not gonna stay with you because you got kids with her. She's not obligated. Same thing for men. You know, you women nowadays, you have to just give yourselves that type of respect. A man is not gonna stay because he has a kid with you. It just doesn't happen now. Kids don't keep people together. Not many single people there are with kids and they do it on their own. Like, I was raised as a six. I see my mom do it by herself. Shit didn't work out. She went through an abusive relationship. She got herself out of it and she raises alone. I grew up in the shelter system. I grew up and my mom was strong. And she changed her life at a young age. My grandma was in prison, doing like 15 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother actually gave birth to my mom in prison because she didn't know that she was 6 months pregnant. Some women get pregnant and they don't even know that they're pregnant. I mean, it's kind of, weird to me, but it happens. Y'all seen documentaries and stuff like that where women never knew they were pregnant. They would just gain weight, but they didn't know they were pregnant. That's that's crazy. Shit, what's that? I would lose my mind if I'm with somebody. She turn around and just have a baby. I mean, I wouldn't be upset. I'd be like, man, how the hell we didn't know? Literally. So when it comes to relationships, learn to respect each other. Talk things out. Don't let things get out of hand. Don't be abusive. Don't be abusive physically or mentally. If you can't be together, just keep it moving or seek some type of help. You know, most of all, learn to love yourself and accept yourself. And if you're insecure about yourself, God made you in His own image. There's no need to be insecure. About whether you're too slim, you're too big, you're too tall, you're too small. A person has to accept you for who you are. That's the most important thing. There's no respect, there's nothing at all. Oh man, I wish finish what I'm doing. Time to chat. Auntie, good morning. Good morning to everybody on here. I know it's early in the morning, most of y'all sleeping. But I just wanted to speak my mind about this because for like the past 2 weeks, I just been getting phone calls from people that that are just going through. And I give them flyers, I give them phone numbers, I try to help them, but they still in that same situation, like because they're married or they have kids, or there's one lady that she's married and she got 6 kids, and this guy is like crazy and abusive, and I gave someone a flyer to give to her, and you think she called them? I don't know. They don't pay no mind to that. Nobody ever breaks. I seen the shit that these women have gone through in real life on the news. People that y'all know, they just stay there. Why would you want some type of advice of how to get out of a physical relationship and 2 weeks later you still there? Just don't make no sense, man. Get yourself out of there. If you're not happy with somebody, just get out of that relationship. Do what makes you happy. Don't do what makes somebody else happy. Like seriously. Learn to love yourself first. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Louis. Good morning, Garcia. I'm sorry. I appreciate everybody on here, and I'm sure men and women have gone through some type of domestic violence abuse. I'm trying to figure out how did you guys get yourself out of a relationship like that? If you ever been through it, how did you get yourself out? And Louie, I'm just trying to get you guys' opinion on this topic. See what you guys think about it before I actually start my day. And I had to get this off my chest. But I really do appreciate everybody tuning in this morning and about this topic, which is very serious. Like I said, learn and love yourself and respect yourself and appreciate who you are. Be very careful about the people you come across and, you know, the people that you're getting to know and trying to meet. You know, make sure you learn both sides of them. They're good and they're bad. And don't jump into something. And be very careful with social media. Just crazy. I'm sure you guys have seen in the news what that man did to a few of those women, abusing them and actually killing them. So we don't need nobody dying and stuff like that over something like that. Life is too short, too precious. So God bless everybody. This is All Media Access News. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless.